So make sure you guys are following along because we're going to go through to our notes. Make sure you got headphones out.
Why do I gotta sit there?
So today will be kind of like yesterday. It won't be super long. It won't be a super long lesson. So hopefully we get through it here pretty quick. So we are going to be doing reflections today. So in this reflection here, my pre-image is this black shape. My image is this blue shape. And this line in the middle is a line of reflection, it's called. This is a line of reflection that my shape is reflected over. And it's special because each point from the pre-image to the image is the same distance from the line as the other points it matches up with. So, in other words, if I'm going from B to this line of reflection to B prime to this line of reflection, these are the same distance. A to A prime is the same. C to C prime, or excuse me, from C to the line, C prime to the line is the same distance. They're all exactly the same distance apart. And we're going to be practicing making some lines of reflection and reflecting over those. So most of ours will not be diagonal like this though, because those are a little tougher. Most of ours are either going to be up and down or left and right. So that'll be nice.
And
A line of reflection.
okay.
You got Tyler?
Yep, yeah, we're in here.
Here, so.
I don't know, I'm just messing around.
Oh,
Just always waiting for Tyler. Alright, so we are going to take our shape here, and we are going to reflect it over the y-axis and the x-axis. So we're going to do two reflections. So my y-axis, remember is right here. My x-axis is right here. And it's pretty simple. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each corner and I'm going to count, well, how many do I have to go to get to my line of reflection? And then I'm just going to do it again. From B here, if I go 1, 2, I get to my line of reflection. My first one is my y-axis. I go 1, 2 again, and that's my reflected. A is 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4 again, that's my line. OC down here is 1, 2, 3, 4 also. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. That's my shape right there. So I'm going to connect these dots like that. And I did a terrible job connecting them, that's fine. And I also am going to label these. And remember, after you do a transformation, the first one you do, you call it A primed or B primed or whatever corner you're at. You add the little apostrophe to make it prime. This isn't just any shape. This shape is prime.
So good about prime.
It's better.
How?
Like, have you ever heard that expression? Like prime time, or it just means it's good. It's the good stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff.
It's the good stuff. I'll take
It's
that.
good shape right there.
I'll take that.
Alright, for my second one, I'm going to reflect over the x-axis down here. So I'm going to take each point and do basically the same thing, but I'm going to my x-axis. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 again. For B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. For D, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A is the annoying one because it's so far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, we're supposed to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was annoying. And just like last time, connect your dots. And just like last time, we have to label, but because this is our second shape, this one is double prime. So I got C double prime, B double prime, B double prime,
And then A.
and A double prime down here on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was playing this.
And just like yesterday when we did our translations, remember we used capital T for translate?
Oh yeah.
For reflection, we use capital R. So that's actually what we're doing down here. We already did these. Reflect over the x-axis and reflect over the y-axis. So the R right there stands for reflect. And it does need to be a capital because lowercase r is rotate. So reflect, this next thing is our line of reflection. So my line of reflection on the first one here is the x-axis, which is this blue shape, and this other one was my y-axis. And then the last thing in parentheses here is the shape. So capital R means reflect, then it gives me the line, and then it tells us the shape we're going to do. We're going to reflect. So we're going to use these lines of reflection. Or we're going to show reflections this way. And we're going to practice doing a few more reflections. It's not going to be super tough, I don't think. Because you guys do pretty good at this. Everybody got this? Anybody still working on this though before I move on?
No, it's on the phone.
Okay, you sure, Mark?
Yep.
Alright, so we are going to reflect over the line y equals 1, the shape ABCD, which is this shape down here. So what we're going to do first is draw our line of reflection. So unlike last time, we had x-axis or y-axis last time. This time we have the line y equals 1. So if we have y equals, our line is going to be everywhere where y is 1. So my line of reflection is actually going to be 1 on my y-axis, can't say it right, and it's going to be completely left and right. That is my line of reflection. So when it's y equals, it's left and right. If you ever have an x equals, which we'll get to in a minute, it's up and down. Y equals, left and right, x equals is up and down. So just keep that in mind. So because it's y equals 1, I went to 1 on my y-axis and just made my line left and right. But we treat it just the same way we did before. We're just going to this line of reflection right here. So I'm going to take each corner. Like on corner C here, I have to go 1, 2, 3 up. So I go 1, 2, 3 up again. That's my point. B, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up, I have that one. D, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honestly, today is just annoying to count all the pieces, all the places. It's not really difficult, it's just kind of annoying. So I reflected it over the line y equals 1, and I have to go through and label everything. So I have C primed, D primed, A prime, B prime. Alright, but
How are you going by like dots? Are you going by like the one you just made or the blue one?
this line I made.
Oh, the line you made,
Yeah,
okay.
because this is my line of
Oh,
reflection
y
right
equals
here.
1. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. I got you.
Y
Y
equals
equals 1, so it goes up 1. Okay, got you.
Yep, up to 1 right here. So on the first one we did, it was the x and y axis. On this one, it's y equals 1. Alright. We're going to do one more. You guys are going to practice a couple, and then we're done. We'll probably be done before 3. Okay. we're going to reflect over the line x equals negative 1.5, the shape XYZ. I guess I haven't picked on anybody yet. So I'll just do it. No, I'll ask Krista. If it's x equals, is it left or right or up and down?
It's up and down.
Up and down. So x equals means it's going to be up and down. And it's going to be when x is negative 1.5. So I'm going to go negative 1.5. And this is my line of reflection. And I know it's a decimal, so you're just going to have to kind of estimate exactly where your dots are going to be. You can get close, but whenever there's decimals, it's a little tougher to get exact. And we're going to reflect our triangle here, XYZ, over. So it's nothing new. We've done these. You basically did most of the work that you're doing today in the warm-up. So 1, 2, 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. 4Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. The half is kind of annoying, but it's not that big a deal. And we gotta label it x prime, z prime, y prime. So prime triangle. Yeah. Alright, you guys are only really doing 2 in-class problems today. On this last slide, I want you to do 2 different reflections. So keep in mind, sometimes we do one shape, and then that second shape, we make a third shape from it. We are going to do a reflection over the y-axis on this shape, and a reflection over y equals negative 2 on the same shape. So you're always starting at this shape. And you're going to make 2 new triangles. So on your own, on your paper, do both reflections, and then we'll have somebody do it on the board for us. So make sure you do them, because maybe I'll call on you if you don't do them. No, just you, come on. Remember, that's y equals, not x equals.
Over the
so
y-axis.
it's left.
So it's like that. That's an X.
Careful, because it's y equals negative 2. Y equals negative 2, right? That negative 2. What's actually in here? You did x equals negative 2 right there. So be careful.
So wait, if it's like
Why
equals
did you make
negative 2, what's
3
it
of
do?
them?
Wait, this
So
one.
we're supposed to do 1?
No, there's 2. Okay, first one.
How did I go
Reflect over the y-axis.
I was round the.
This is your y-axis, right? So this is 1. Right here.
Yeah, I can't believe you on that.
So we
one.
don't.
No, I just did all of them.
So I'm done with both of them. Ha!
That was the first one.
Leave me alone.
The second one though, it's a little different. See how it's a y equals negative 2?
What? I'm trying to get my.
Okay. Y equals, let's make sure we fill these ones in.
Oh, okay.
Y equals is up and
So
down.
that 5,
X equals is left and right.
these coordinates.
When it's y equals negative 2.
What?
Oh no, wait, I had this backwards. Nope, sorry, my bad. Okay. Left and right, up and down. My bad. That was left and right, that was up and down. Okay. When it's y equals negative 2, we're going to go down here on my y-axis to negative 2. And we're going to make a left and right line. Okay. This is the line we're going to reflect it over. So like from here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 again. I'm going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. So you got to be careful because it's not exactly an axis. It's a little off.
X-axis instead.
Yeah.
You do it already, Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you do the second one?
Scribbled out because he said on the top.
Oh,
It
let
looks,
me do this. Let's get cool.
it looks right.
That's fine. It's y equals -2. And it's
Oh,
left and
so
right.
it'd be right here instead.
So negative 1, -2. So this is 1, 2, 3.
For that. For, oh.
So now do it with C.
Hey, actually, I have a computer for you. What do you want that installed? And you have a keyboard and mouse in there.
Yeah. I can do actually. I know I've got one of these. Yeah, that's the outlet does work. So let's just figure out.
What?
I
I messed up because he said it. Because he said
I'd exit it right. So my exit there, that's down there. I know he's obviously going to put the points right there.
yeah.
So I use the points from the regular one or the one he told us to make.
The one he told us to make probably. Crap, I'm losing my
Monitor. What? When we stop the monitor and keyboard. Thank you.
Finish your timer here.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to label it though.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, you guys are nerds. I didn't see anybody get it wrong after I checked a couple. So we're not going to go over it. If you haven't yet, do your exit ticket, which is, keep in mind, you're doing 3 separate reflections. They're all a little different. Keep that in mind. But, that's it. Even with my delay, we still finished before 3. Nice job.
Quick! I was doing so well in this game.